Welcome, everybody. I'm Clint Lanier,
I'm Derek Henry.
and this is Bucketless Bars, and we are COVID quarantining. Derek, where are you at?
Sacramento, California, at home.
At home. And I am in Las Cruces, New Mexico, although the backdrop behind me is McSorley's Old Ale House. So we are tasting Traverse City whiskey. They sent us their whole selection, so we've got 5 to go through. And if you don't know anything about Traverse City whiskey, we'll stand by because we're going to tell you all about it right now. Traverse City Whiskey Company was opened in the small town of Traverse City, Michigan back in 2015. One of the founders of the company, Chris Fredrickson, had discovered distilling patents that his great-grandfather had created back in the 1920s, and that inspired him to start distilling himself. The company offers a range of whiskeys, including their straight bourbon, a barrel-proof bourbon, a bourbon finished in port barrels, one infused with Michigan-sourced cherries, and finally a North Coast Rye. They also have 2 tasting rooms and cocktail lounges, one located in Traverse City, Michigan, and the other located in Detroit. They've been lauded for bringing distilling back to the great state of Michigan and continuing a legacy of distilling that had ended when Prohibition took effect. And we're back. All right. So now that we know all about Traverse City whiskey, let's go ahead and get started. I think we're going to start with their straight bourbon. This is kind of their flagship. It's a Traverse City Whiskey Company. Yeah, they age it for 3 years. It's their blend of corn, rye, and barley. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. So I get a lot of honey, a lot of vanilla.
Get the vanilla.
God, that's sweet. It's sweet right on the nose, isn't it? I mean, just right up front. It's super sweet.
Getting a little bit of orange, citrusy.
Yeah, citrus.
Definitely sweet though. I'm gonna go with like orange and lemon on the nose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, candied, like candied orange. Like you don't have like a candied orange peel. Oh yeah. Ooh. Lots of honey, candied orange, lots of citrus. A little bit of cinnamon, vanilla, maybe.
Maybe a touch of it.
At the end there.
Well, I think
beautiful, beautiful straw color there.
It is nice. It's pretty.
God, that's sweet. That's sweet up front, isn't it?
That's surprisingly sweet.
That is a lot of corn there, a lot of sweetness.
Still getting a little bit of citrus, like almost like a vanilla-y kind of finish.
You know, it doesn't get that burn in the back of your tongue.
No, I get it in my sinuses. I get a little bit more of a burn coming through my sinuses than
really. All right. So that was no time. This is dangers of COVID, right?
Clint's daughter texted him.
Right. Yeah. 3 years she'll never talk to me, but right now.
It's surprisingly sweet on the nose. I don't find it that sweet on the palate, but
I do. That initial taste was just super, super sweet. And I get that burn in the back of the throat. It's really smooth up front. Has a nice kind of a strong finish. It does linger.
It lingers without a doubt.
Yeah, there is a lot of citrus, so you're right. Overall, it's a good sipping bourbon. I think this would be a really good mixing bourbon. You know, because it's got, it doesn't shout like it doesn't. I don't mean to denigrate it by saying it doesn't stand out, but it's not like
it's not harsh. It doesn't have that pop.
Yeah, yeah. It's just it's a really smooth kind of neutral bourbon, right? Like so Traverse City, they have their bar in craft distillery. So this is probably really good in their bar for their old fashions, for their Manhattans, for a lot of their bourbon based drinks. because it gives you enough whiskey in it so that when you taste the mixed drink, it'll say there's whiskey there, but it's not the star. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Like
Yeah.
it's not gonna shout out. Uh, Instead, you're gonna taste a lot of the other ingredients and stuff like that. So next we have, I think probably the port barrel finish, because that barrel proof is pretty stout, and that's gonna cleave our taste buds in two. So this is the Traverse City Whiskey Company, the port barrel finish. Right here, gotta put it in front of me so you can see it. Right here. And this is so it's aged 4 months in port barrels. Now this is the same whiskey essentially that we just drank. So this whiskey, they're kind of standard bearer, which is aged for 3 years, and then they finish it the last 4 months in port barrels. Smells pretty nice.
I'm expecting this to be sweeter, having been finished port barrels.
More complex, that's for sure. Okay, so just rolled around, a little bit darker, beautiful.
Definitely a little darker.
Yeah, beautiful color there.
So Glenn will be the more refined taster with his, fine glass. I'll be your everyday average Joe.
Well, yeah. That's kind of how it always goes, isn't it? You got the professor and the bartender.
Yeah. That's pretty spot on.
Oof. Fruit, man. Lots of fruit, right?
Surprisingly.
I get fruit.
Get cherry?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely fruit.
But I do get wood, too. Well, I didn't get wood in the last one.
You can tell it was aged in port barrels, though. It's got that sweet,
really big, like a really big kind of fruit up front. I think that's the first thing I get off it. Getting that right off the bat too. I'm getting fruit.
Raisins.
Yeah, that's a good one. Currants, do you know?
Mm-hmm.
You ever had currants? Like a weak version of a raisin, though. But yeah.
Got like a lingering burn to it too that drops off rapidly once it's gone.
Yeah, this one sticks with you.
Yeah, it lingers, but when it goes,
it really coats. And you get that kind of fruit up front. For me, anyway, get that fruit, and then right after that fruit, what kicks in for me, and the fruit, by the way, is like cherry, grape, currants, raisins.
Yeah.
And then right after that, for me, it's like cinnamon, vanilla, kind of afterwards, and then kind of like this burning tail, I like that.
So we're moving on to the next one, right? The barrel proof.
Barrel proof, yeah. We saved this one for last for the actual tasting notes, just because I'm pretty sure once we taste that, we'll be like out of the running. Although the rye is a completely different profile, so let's go ahead and break this seal here and get it on with this one. Oh, what a great sound. So here we go. Ooh.
I'm going right off the bat, butterscotch.
I was going to say caramel. So, those square caramels that they sell in the stores?
Yep. I get that too.
Oh, and butterscotch. Yeah, a lot of butter in it.
Rich. It's just very rich.
Oh.
I almost want to say like butterscotch, a little toffee in there.
Clove? Is there clove at the end?
I can see, yeah.
Oh. It smells freaking amazing, doesn't it?
It smells delicious, and it's got that bite to it because it's barrel proof. It's got that extra little nose.
Yeah, you can get that heat right there, can't you?
Yeah. It's got a little bit of an attitude, if you will.
I just picked up something else. What was it? Butterscotch, caramel, butter, clove. something else though, Eric. I can't quite place it.
It's not vanilla. It's
Really faint. Help me.
maybe a touch of citrus of some sort. Maybe an orange. I'm starting to lean more towards like so for Thanksgiving every year I make a cranberry sauce that has cloves in it, but it also has like lemon peel. I'm sorry, orange peel and other things. I'm starting to kind of
At the very end, at the very that's like super faint, right?
yeah, like cloves and a little bit of orange, maybe lemon. Like it's all been mixed together.
Well, that like so that peel I think is down at the bottom, right? It's like at the very end of it. You know what I mean? So you start really heavy with the caramel, butter, and kind of drift down. So at the very bottom is that citrus. That yeah, I think you're right. I think it might be lemon peel. Like
I'll tell you what though, cloves. I think that clove, like if you cook with cloves or make something like cloves, I'm starting to get like it's opening up to cloves.
God, it smells amazing. All right, I'm gonna taste it. I'm going in.
Yeah,
Cover
I can't wait.
Ooh. Oh man.
And that's one of the reasons I love these barrel proofs, man. It is.
Holy cow, that's beautiful.
You know when it's arrived.
So that again, honey.
Toffee.
Oh, toffee. Yeah, that's probably better. It is rich. It's buttery, right? Coats your mouth.
Yep.
I don't get. You know what's funny is. All right. You know what's weird is on this, I get that sinus burn that you saw in the first one, but I don't get that tongue burn that I got in the first one. So it's like super, to me, it's like super velvet smooth, despite it being a lot hard, a lot stronger. It's just
it is
beautiful.
What's funny is it's surprisingly smooth, but it still has that kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna punch you in the face if you get too close to me.
Now I mixed a little bit of water into it, and I'm starting to pick up a little bit more, vanilla on the finish. It's lightening up. Like I'm getting more of like a lighter toffee flavor. It's not. You still get the clove, but it's a lighter clove. So the water's kind of opening up, kind of weakening it out a little bit, but not too much because it's still a barrel proof, and you still get that bite on the front end.
Let me find it.
You what?
I'm gonna do the same thing. Just add a couple of drops here.
It's gotten sweeter. I guess is the best way to explain it. It's like the little bit of water is kind of sweetened it up. It's still got that butterscotch toffee, but it's almost like a sweeter butterscotch, a sweeter toffee. And vanilla.
Yeah, the water does. Oh man, the water does open that up, doesn't it? So yeah, so the water gives me a lot of vanilla, cinnamon. It gives me that wood, that woodsy kind of oakish.
Oak.
Yeah.
Almost the same time there. Oak.
Yeah.
Definitely getting the oak.
That's a good whiskey. God, that's a good whiskey.
I'm going with dense ice and just sipping on it.
Yeah.
It would be perfect just to explore it from the point of a little bit of water, a little bit of that ice melt into it, and then as it goes down, that's where
I'm coming back to the richer flavors. Hazelnut you mentioned already, almond in there as well.
That's what I was looking for earlier. Is the almond, the hazelnut, that nutty,
really nutty, sweet nutty taste. Yeah, I think those two. I can get it a little bit more with the water in it. So, all right. So this is their North Coast Rye.
Yep.
North Coast Rye.
North Coast Rye.
A distinct blend of 100% American rye and straight rye whiskey. Oh man, that smells like just sugar, like pure sugar to me.
Fruity.
Yeah, really fruity.
Like sugared fruit. Like I'm gonna go back to that sugared fruit.
Not citrus though.
Not as much.
I would like stone fruit, like plums, apricots, peaches.
Apricots. I'm gonna go with apricots.
Yeah,
Little touch of pepperiness though.
I don't get that on the nose. I get the pepper on the nose. What's just that?
Smells.
It smells like bubble gum.
You think bubblegum?
Yeah, try it. Like gum, not
I can get that.
like gum.
Like candy. Like
Sugar
somebody
candy.
took a bunch of candy and kind of mix it together.
Sugar candy.
Yeah.
I love rye. Rye is probably.
That's the ironic bit about you and I is the fact that our palates or our favorites or our tastes are so in line with each other. When we go on these trips, it's like, all right, what do you want to drink tonight? I don't know. Can you find a barrel proof or a really
Right, exactly. It's always made it easy for the last 8 years. We've been doing this for 8 years. Can you believe that?
not necessarily cheap, but
No,
easy?
not cheap, but it is easy. Okay, so it sounds stupid, but candied raisins. So you have a sugar, candied raisins. So you have a sugar, and then right below that is a raisin.
I can see that.
But it's not that like that richness like bourbon has with the brown sugar and the like that. It's just a lot of sugar. All right, I'm going in. Okay. Really earthy. Straw, grass.
I'm getting honey.
Now, finally, you're getting honey. I'm just getting all these earthy flavors. Like I said, like really like grassy, straw.
A little peppery finish.
Oh yeah. Well, that rye is going to pepper it up all day long. It doesn't have any of the oil or the butter or anything like that. It has a quick finish.
Yes.
It's there and then poof, then it's gone.
Not linger.
Doesn't linger. So to me, I get in the nose. I get a lot of sugar, like sugar candy.
Sweet. Yep.
Yeah, really sweet. But kind of this weird organic taste. On initial taste, I get to me, I get like a lot of the grass and like this really kind of natural herb, not herb, but just really kind of organic, natural taste up front. And then it's followed by a lot of sweetness. Then I get like I said, candied raisins or something. On the nose, I do get, like I said, fruit. I get like plum, like stone fruit.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with that.
Plum, apricot, something like that. And then I think it comes through a little bit in the taste with the candied raisin. It's that darker fruit. You know, it's certainly not citrus. I don't get any citrus here.
It's almost nutty.
Yeah, but like a macadamia nut.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a really light. Of course, a macadamia nut's buttery, so and this isn't. So I don't know why that doesn't make a lot of sense, does it?
No, I'm going with like a roasted nut of some sort, like a roasted nut, like light nut, like maybe I want to say it's not cashew, it's just like a light nut.
Yeah, there's something there I can't quite get. Maybe it's that raisin, or maybe it's wine. Like
I wouldn't say it's too peppery to be wine. It's almost like a peppery, like earth flavor.
Mm.
Like maybe
Well, Zinfandel is pretty peppery.
yeah, but I wouldn't. Maybe that's where it's going. It's more of a
I guess
Zinfandel.
I guess it's that same raisin. You know, like I said, candied raisins. Which
Yeah.
if you ever
Like,
had candied raisin, it's like really sweet and it has that candy crust on top. You know, sugary, and then it's kind of chewy, and then you get that deep raisin
like
fruit.
maybe like a raisin syrup almost. Like
Yeah, maybe.
I'm gonna go with this one. Is this would make an excellent old fashioned.
Yeah, this really really would.
This would I'm going old fashioned on this one. I'll
Yeah,
sip around all day, but and this isn't a bad sipper. I just think that this one, via a traditional old fashioned would be delicious.
this is really good. This is a great rye whiskey. So what they've done is they've sourced rye from the best places you can source rye, and then they've finished it, um, and they've blended it to where it is just really really a tasty rye whiskey. Very cool. So we've got one more to go, um, and it will be our most controversial drink of the evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Never City
American Cherry Edition.
cherry. They're distilled from a mash of corn, rye, and
And then they infuse it with a bunch of cherries, um, local cherries. Apparently, they grow a lot of cherries up there. And as you can see, I've already opened mine, as I mentioned earlier. So I guess you could say I've popped my cherry. Sorry. So what we're looking at is this is still 70 proof, 35% by volume, alcohol by volume.
And I'll be honest, I had a bottle of this in my cabinet. My uncle came over last weekend, and we were making old fashions, rye old fashions. We ran out of rye, and he got into my liquor cabinet and found it. And he goes, "Well, what about this?" And it's kind of like, "Okay, well, I've never even opened that, so we'll give it a try." I tend to go to the liquor store and just buy a bunch of random stuff with plans of trying it. Anyways, we opened it up, sipped on it a little bit, and he goes, "This would be really good with Coke." And he disappeared for a few minutes, found a Coke in my garage, came back in, and whipped himself up a cocktail that tasted exactly like cherry Coke. It's a sweeter whiskey for sure, and I wouldn't really say it's something I would enjoy sipping on a long term. I mean, I like to taste it, I like to try it and stuff like that. But moving forward, comes over, says they're a cherry Coke fan, says they're looking for a different cocktail, etc. I'll give it a shot. Cherry and the cherry whiskey and the Coca-Cola. But I would be interested in seeing what it's like in an old fashioned, like you said, Clint. You don't need as much sweetener in it. You don't need the cherries. Touch of a couple bitters, maybe an orange slice or something like that. I think that might be kind of interesting. To make an old fashioned with cherry whiskey. That might be a nice touch actually, because I think the bitters are kind of pulled back from the sweetness because you get a lot of sweet on this.
You get a lot.
Palate, a lot of sweetness. So I think a little bitters, a little orange on it that would kind of pull back from the sweetness. That could be good.
So it's sweet through just basically soaking in cherries, which is probably far nobler than just adding sugar to it and letting it go. I like it, and I think Derek's absolutely right. I think an old fashioned. Matter of fact, I'll probably try that tonight. But so that is what we've got. And yeah, if you guys have any questions or any comments, throw them down below. Ask us some questions about it. We hope to be doing more of these reviews. We are also going to be doing some more of our travel episodes pretty soon. We hope as soon as all this crap is over, we're going to get back to the West Coast and hit San Francisco kind of hard. We can, or hit Northern California kind of hard, and yeah. So thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you again. Once again, for Bucketless Bars, I am Clint.
I'm Derek.
Thanks. So we'll see you next time.
Laters.
Later.